Hello everyone, this is Team Asian Boys. I'm Kevin. Today we are going to do our final presentation of the Project Alpha. We choose distance education as our project direction. Because of the current situation, distance education has now become a more important topic. And we focus on teamwork. Teamwork has always been a very vital part of studying. We learn from others and cooperate to finish a task together. For teamwork in online education, is it becoming easier or more difficult? What are the advantages and shortcomings? We try to understand these first. We did a field work and interviews about the experience of having teamwork in online education. The first thing we need to know is how people feel about the chatting platform. Most students use WeChat and Zoom. To our surprise, almost everyone is satisfied with the two platforms. Some students even point out that Zoom has its own advantage over teamwork during practical classes. That is, we can record the meeting and check it later. It helps us to review what we discussed at the meeting. Therefore, the meeting platform itself is not a problem. So what are the main problems of distance teamwork? First, when we are doing assignments or group project, my friend Simon complained about having an uncooperative member in his data structure team, but he can do nothing because he cannot catch him behind the screen and force him to do the job, comparing to face-to-face. Yes, we submitted the group project. It gets a good grade, but our professors will never know what's everyone's role in teamwork and if there's a guy acting nothing and pulling down the whole team. The second concern is punctuality. We have set a meeting time, but how can only two of us come? When we're staying at home, our time schedule becomes more flexible, and lots of us don't follow a regular timetable as when we are having class in the campus. It becomes easier to forget the meeting time or being late. The loss is about communication. Here's what my friend Crystal told me about. She said she actually had an opinion on one of her teammates because she's acting too aggressive in the team. But Crystal finds it hard to directly message her. It is because Crystal doesn't know this person in real life. So she feels so embarrassed to argue with her on WeChat. She hopes there's a place for anyone to speak freely of their opinion, maybe towards their members or to the instructors. Based on three main concerns, we considered by thinking about how might we improve students' participation, punctuality, and communication in a distance teamwork. Is it possible to solve the three problems simultaneously? As phones are the devices we use most frequently, we decide to build a mobile phone app to solve the three problems. Since we still need to do the major work on computers, this app serves as an auxiliary function. Next, Sibek will show us how the app works and why it solves the three concerns I mentioned before.
So this is our prototype, and I'll be presenting this as a user and a developer to show you what changes we have made in response to problems suggested by users. So first I type my Gmail account, and it says wrong email because this app only accepts NYU email. So I've changed the heading, and now I can choose a course, and then that means I have to go through each course to see all my assignments. I might as well just use NYU classes. And the deadline shows time in GMT plus 8, but I don't know how to convert that into my Korean time zone. So I've added two features. One of them, I can click here and I can set my time zone, and the app is going to convert the time into my time zone. Now I can click here, and this is a dashboard that shows all the assignments for every course. And I have the option to set an alarm or set notifications. and this says click here, so I know that this icon has a special function. So I'm going to set an alarm, and the app sets the alarm 5 minutes before the submission time automatically. But I fell asleep and I woke up and it's 11:50 and I only have 5 minutes before the submission time, and there's no way I'm gonna finish the assignment. So the existing feature is that it only helped me to submit the assignment, and it didn't really help me to remind me to start the assignment. So I changed it so it tells the user what that they can set as many alarms as they want. So I'm gonna set one at 9:30 to remind me to start the assignment. And after my submission, I have to write my role in this assignment, but I forgot what progress 5 was. So that means I have to go to the very beginning and join again. And yeah, and this is very troublesome. And I'm gonna write something like this, and this is very general, and the professor doesn't know what I actually did to contribute. So I changed this, so if I click the progress 5, this is gonna pop up. And I also changed the instruction to, let the user write something very specific, like an example. So now this is the meetings tab, and it again gives me an option to set an alarm or a notification. Quite straightforward. And this is the feedback screen, and I am a member and I want to write feedback to my instructor, so I'm gonna click member. But this icon meant I am gonna write feedback to a member, so there was no clear instruction. So I added an instruction here, so I'm gonna click instructor to send feedback to an instructor, and I have the option to choose which feedback I want to write, and this just helps some hesitant students to write something general. And I write something like this, and this is what the professor gets. And there are limitations to this prototype, and there are challenges that I still have to consider. And one of them is that I feel that the app contains too many detailed instructions, since the user test was done on this PowerPoint slide and it couldn't be done on a touch screen. So they might have had more confusions than they actually would have had. And since the instructors are also stakeholders of this app, for them to spend extra effort to organize assignments for students, there has to be noticeable improvements in students' performance. And the school might feel that this is just a copy of NYU classes, so there has to be a differentiating feature compared to NYU classes, and which I think is the completeness and accessibility of this app. Linking back to our how might we question, the reason participation of students in group assignments tends to fall in distance learning is because they have so many online tools to manage at once. That's why our solution is a complete all-in-one app that is accessible on a portable device. And NYU Classes is not really integrated perfectly with mobile, and our app has this dashboard that shows all the assignments for every course. And another function maybe we can add is the calendar function, which will show the due dates and also dates for online exams. And this will again will contribute to the completeness of this app, and that means the users don't have to browse between all the different apps like NYU Classes, calendar app, alarm app, diary app, and so on. Thank you.